Ladies and gentlemen, I have Brad, the real Brad Lee here today. We're talking about Brad Lee is coming down to Miami to speak with me, long-term friend. We've been friends, 7, 8 years now, Brad?
10.
10 years. Made a lot of money together in the last 8 years. This dude is self-made. He's got a business started from an idea to solve a problem. He's banking 50 large a year, and I'm not talking 50K. He's been a great partner, a great friend. I've been on trips with him. You guys never hear me say this about anybody because I'll tell you I'm doing business with somebody, but I never say I take them to St. Bart's with me. He's been on the plane. I trust my kids with him. I trust my wife with him. I trust him with some backgammon time, that's for sure. And, dude, I'm giving him the stage at the 10X Growth Conference to talk about what, Brad? What are we talking about there when you come?
Well, I believe it's a little bit about my story, but realistically, I think it's about a formula, a success formula.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about that, Brad, because you've been really successful and you've been around a lot of successful people. I mean, some of the names I'm bringing to the conference, like Damon John. What am I saying, Damon John? And a lot of the other speakers, man, you've actually introduced me to, and you do business with them. Like you've done business with almost every speaker, author, and expert in the world. Okay, so what is the success formula you're going to be sharing with the audience?
Well, if I tell you now, I won't even have to go.
Well, no, dude, not everybody's going to come. Let's go ahead and there's 8 billion people on this planet. Let's give them a little something right now.
All right, let me ask you a question real quick. How much time do we have today?
Dude, don't worry about time. Time is what we create, me and you. We just bend it, spend it, and stretch it.
All right, well, listen, what I'm gonna talk to, the benefit of hindsight is immeasurable. I mean, because even though I look a little bit like a freaking superhero, I'm not that cool. So I accidentally built this company. That's the bottom line. I didn't have some master plan that I went out and executed perfectly and did everything I dreamed up, and it just went smoothly, and here I am today. It was kind of an accident that I built the company. And so now with hindsight, I can look back and pretty much pick out the things that I did do correctly, and that if anyone does the same thing, I guarantee you they can have a very successful business as well. So that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about. So
what this year you're going to do somewhere just south of 50 million or a little more if I really turn on the afterburners, right?
Yeah, I mean, you never know, buddy. There's a lot of expansive things happening right now.
Yeah. So your business, I mean, Lightspeed, everybody knows Brad Lee is Lightspeed. Everybody in the world knows that Brad Lee is the leader in interactive video training. Okay? What is it they don't know about Brad that you did to get where you are today?
Well, what they don't know, man, I didn't know this was going to be an interview, or I would have prepared a little bit. But things that they don't know is that I failed a million times. I failed a million times. I was willing to make adjustments. When I first started out, believe it or not, I quit a $300,000 a year job to go start Lightspeed when everybody I knew and their dog told me not to. And let me tell you something. Listening to those people, I would be still sitting somewhere working 90 hours a week, probably not enjoying life, definitely without a business.
But now you work 90 hours. You still work 90 hours a week, right?
Well, I mean,
but you make 300 grand a day.
I think for me, it's not work though. So, I mean, I don't really think I work hardly at all, but I guess it would be called work. I just love what I do.
Yeah, but come on, man. What is that? I mean, I can get anybody to come talk about, I just love what I do. Let's keep it real. I'm not going to let you just get away with one of those, like, throwaways.
It's not a throwaway, bro. I love what I do. I show up here on Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah.
I go home and work, quote unquote, work.
Yeah, but if you weren't making the kind of money you're making, would you love it as much?
Well, yeah, I had to love it for 15 years. It wasn't making any money except for the last 4 or 5.
Yeah. So what do you know, Brad, that other people don't know?
I know you.
Yeah. Well, okay, good. You know me. What else you know?
I can come out to St. Bart's and hang with the fam and get your ear for quite some time. That definitely helps. But no, I
So,
mean,
so how important is that to know people, to be connected?
massively important.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, you don't get a lot of people that really are what would be considered connected. And, I look back and, sometimes I have to think, wow, that is my Rolodex. But if I open my phone, man, I'm a pretty connected fellow. And I think that definitely helps. But back when I quit that $300,000 a year job, man, I was taking a risk. See, people are afraid to take risk. You know that. People are afraid to take risk. And if they think buying a $1,500 ticket to your growth con is taking a risk, that ain't a risk. That's paying a fee. A risk is shutting it down, closing the door on one thing and moving to another that's unseen. Having enough faith and belief in your own abilities and your own ideas and your own, yourself.
Yeah, dude, I have never heard that. Now, I've heard that other thing about I love what I do, but that you just dropped right there. Now, we talking about sick kind of wisdom now, because you're like, dude, the risk is not spending money. The risk is walking away from something that's certain, like a job.
Right. If you want something better, you got to be willing to let go of what you have.
So, dude, what would you say to some of the people that are thinking about coming to the Growth Conference? I think there's basically two ideas here. One is, I'm so successful, why would I go to that deal? We got people coming that are earning $5 million a year. So there's that one group that's already successful. How do I get to the next level? Why would I come? And then there's the guys and gals that are like, dude, I'm scratching quarters together right now. Can you speak to why both of those people would go, should go, and maybe those that should not come?
Well, I would say there's a million reasons for both sides of the fence. I'm going to be there for 4, 5, maybe 5 days collectively. When I'm done speaking, Grant, I'm going to go sit in the audience. What's that tell you? Like, I want to hear what everybody else has to say. I want to learn. I want to meet the people there. You never know. If you're making $5 million a year, your next 10 best employees might be sitting right next to you. Your 10 best collaborators might be sitting there. The people that buy your company might be sitting there. The people that you can, collaborate with are in that room. And if you're, rubbing quarters to get there, if you're, rolling quarters to pay your power bill and you spent $1,500 to get there, your wife or husband could end up being there. I mean, at the end of the day, bro,
you're saying you have the potential. Yeah, you have the potential to actually change your life by being around people that are changing their lives.
You want to be around like-minded people, and everybody in that room is like-minded or they wouldn't be there. Everybody wants to win, and it takes people to win, man. You can't win by yourself. When they say there's no I in team, I say there is in win.
Yeah, that's real good, man.
Hey, let me tell you something else. There ain't no you in money, but I still want some.
Yeah. But so let me ask you this, okay? That's good. I like that. You want some more, you mean?
Yeah, I want a whole bunch of it. And that's another thing people don't know about me, man. You want me to break it down?
Break it down. Bottom line. Give me the bottom line.
I tell you right now, dude, I kind of feel a little insecure and like a half a loser, only because I'm hanging around people that are making 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times what I'm making. But guess what? If you got the nicest house in the neighborhood, man, your value's getting pulled down. Right. By all the lesser expensive homes. But if you're the least expensive home in the neighborhood, the value's getting pulled up by all the other monstrosities. So I want to be in the rich neighborhood. I want to be hanging around people that make me feel like a loser.
So location just does not pertain to just real estate.
No, man, no, not at all.
And I agree with this, Brad. Okay, and one of the reasons, and you've seen me at a lot of conferences over the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the conferences, I'm not going to mention a couple of them, that you and I were at together, primarily in Vegas, where there was like 110 speakers. And I walked out of there and I was like, this is freaking ridiculous, dude. Okay. And I was mad at me. I wasn't mad at the people putting the event on. I was mad at me for being an event that I didn't control better and have all great speakers. This is going to be 22. I mean, look at some of the names, man. Damon John, Kevin Harrington, Les Brown. Have you ever heard Les talk?
Les Brown, man, you want to get fired up? Les
Dude. Okay.
Brown's the guy that fires you up.
Okay. Damon John, who sold his company, Fubu for what, $6 billion?
Damon John is responsible for billions of dollars in revenue.
Kevin Harrington's done multi-billion dollars on infomercials. Okay. So I want to.
Kevin Harrington was the original shark, wasn't he?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know from Kevin, dude. What's the infomercials in the internet and podcasts? What's the morph of all that today, so we can get current, right? I got Tim Story. We got Tim
Story's an awesome dude.
Awesome, dude. What a storyteller this cat is, man. It's in a much softer blend. So really, I put a list of people together here, Brad, including yourself, by the way, that I wanted to spend time with. And Elena said to me, she's like, dude, these are all people that you wanted. I said, yeah. Look, if I learn something, I know what I'm going to knock down this year. I got Tom Cummings here. You've never met Tom. He did $154 million.
I've met Tom.
Oh, yeah, you did meet him. Okay, yeah, you did meet him. He operates on a 50% margin. So that means he netted $75 million last year. That's crazy money. Bobby Castro, you haven't met. He's working the real estate angle and Bankers Health. His company was valued at $600 million. So I want to hook you guys up because I know you might be able to leverage that multiplier by going to the Wall Street boys.
Yeah.
Dude, I know banks are going to be here. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Northern Trust are all sending people to watch this event.
Well, I'll tell you what, anyone who doesn't come to this event isn't interested in making more money.
Yeah. But I know people, one of the things, I had a group call me the other day out of the Midwest and said, look, man, I already bought the tickets. Stream it to me. I can't be there. I have a conflict, but I want the content. So we're going to actually, for anybody that can't travel now, we just opened up streaming capability, Brad. So if any of your people are back in Vegas, because you're coming here, right?
Yep.
Live and in person, Bradley, the real Bradley. Dude, this cat's funny. He's successful, and he's a good friend. What do you think, Brad, are going to be the big takeaways from your speech, man? Give me something, babies.
Listen, the formula is pretty simple, man. First of all, you have to risk it. You have to take a chance. You can't sit on the porch if you want to run with the big dogs, and that's no cliche. That's a fact.
Risk it for the biscuit, right?
I risk it for the biscuit, man. You listen, and then the second thing, and most importantly, is you have to solve problems, man. Not only your own problems, but other people's problems. See, a lot of people are starting businesses that solve nobody's problem, and they're wondering why they're grinding their face off and not getting anywhere. Well, because your product or your service doesn't solve anybody's problem. You have to solve problems, and you have to solve your own first. See, that's where I accidentally built this company. I had a problem out doing what I was doing, and I built the system for myself. I solved my own problem and accidentally solved your problem, the dealer's problem, the salesman's problem, and a whole lot of other problems. So I solved a lot of problems, and that's really kind of what started catching fire. And then the third thing is I wasn't afraid to make adjustments. Some people think, hey, this is my passion. This is what I got to do, and I can never quit. But man, that's bad advice to never quit. I quit a lot of things, and if I didn't quit, I would have been still grinding my face off, making no money. You have to realize that making adjustments along the way is key. I mean, I started out selling interactive CD-ROMs. Guess what? They broke and they scratched. I switched. I said, I need to put this online. Then I put it online, and then I said, listen, I ran into a bunch of competitors, you included. And I'm like, who's Grant Cardone? Well, I already knew who you were, but I mean, like, what do you mean Grant Cardone? I got better training than Grant Cardone. I didn't want to argue. I saw you and 100 other people competing for this business, which, several, you and maybe one or two others were dominating. And so I made another adjustment. I got out of the training space and focused on the platform that was solving everybody's problems.
And that was brilliant. That was brilliant. You went from competition to collaboration.
Exactly.
You went from competing against another name to like, I'm going to leverage all these names and also help them solve their problem. That was freaking brilliant, dude.
Well, thank you. I wish I planned it, but it was me making adjustments. I mean, you have to be willing to make adjustments.
Folks,
So,
the 10X Growth Conference, okay? He's just sharing with you a little bit about what he's going to be covering, okay? He's talking about the formula being simple. This dude is simple, man. He's kind of a redneck guy. That's why I like him. Talk simple, operate simple. If it's complex, he leaves it alone. He's going to be sharing with you how to take the risk, how to solve the problems, how to come up with your business, and how to make the adjustments. Man, Brad, I am so looking forward to having you at the event, buddy.
well, I look forward to being there. I'm hoping I don't walk out there and just get straight up stage fright.
No, man. Come on, man. Come on. That's crazy, man. First of all, I'm going to be bringing you on stage. So how you going to be scared when your boy's right there in your pocket? Okay. Number two, I'm coming when you're done. I'm coming back on stage. I'm coming back on stage because we're going to go do a Q&A. I might bring a little sofa in there, and get a little love seat going.
I'm down with that.
If you're nervous, I'll hold your hand, dude. Okay.
All right.
And then, by the way, you're going to be with me for the full 3 days. So this thing cranks off 8 a.m. sharp. It's going to go to the wee hours of the night. Okay. The audience is going to be the best audience you've ever spoken to in your life, brother.
Nice. Well, I know they're fired up based on the social media that I see, man. You got a whole 10X army out there.
Yeah. So, folks, if you want to get connected, if you want to start taking more risk, okay, if you want to change your location, okay, if you're ready to take your game to another level, one way to do it is come spend 3 days with me and Brad Lee, okay? You got 3 days with me and Brad Lee to ask us anything about anything to help you build your business, grow your business. I got $1 million, $980,000 invested in this conference, and I can't wait to spend every penny of it and share with you so you can share with me. We can have new friends. I'm looking forward to walking out with some great friends, Brad.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you what, I look forward to meeting a lot of people that are going to be there. Have you considered my idea on the old smoked cigars in Cuba for an afternoon?
Yeah, I love the idea about me taking the bird down to Cuba and smoke it for a handful of people. Dude, my plane only carries 9 people though, dude.
That's all you need.
So I don't know if we're going to do that. I do know this. I don't know if you know this, Brad, but I'm giving away one person, whoever, out of all the people that buy tickets, we're going to pull one drawing for somebody to fly cross country with me.
Well, if you included that flight, instead of going cross country, why don't we just go to Cuba, jump in some 57 Chevys, go smoke the best cigars and have a nice Cuban meal and fly home? It's what, a 40-minute flight?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Bring your passports to the 10X Growth Con.
Hey, bring your passports.
To do it.
Bring your passports. Bring your swimming suit. Bring a change of underwear, because we're going to freaking drop so much gold into your psyche, you're going to be shitting gold, okay? I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be the best conference you've ever been to. I'm overcommitting to that. I've overpromised. I've overdelivered. As you've purchased your tickets over the last 3 weeks, I keep bringing better and more talent and more names, and I'm bringing Brad Lee. Brad, thank you for being here today, buddy.
My pleasure.
Can't wait to see you here in Miami. Folks, if you haven't booked your ticket yet, grab it. You can see in the background right here. Today's the last day for the 2-for-1, okay? There's the website, 10xgrowthcon.com/free ticket, okay? Tickets go to $2,200 tonight. The 2-for-1 drops off tonight. Grab it, do it, get it. I promise you, I'll deliver it. I'll bring it with the help of Bradley, Damon John, Kevin Harrington, Jamie Shanks. Who else I got? Les Brown, Andy Frisilla, Gloria Mayfield Banks. Oh, my. Danielle Delgado, Jared Glant, Roddy Chong,
Elena Cardone, GC.
Grant Cardone for 3 days, man. What would you do to spend 3 days? You can ask any real estate question of me for 3 days, okay? Any how to start a business for 3 days. Any how to run a startup, how to raise money.
Grant, do people out there know that they used to just call it estate until you got involved and then it became real estate?
Yeah, they used to call it a state change. I'm gonna have a real estate change. Okay, so look forward to having you at the conference again, Brad. Can't wait to see you, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Love you. See you later.
I'll see you at the 10X Growth Con, folks.